Big loser. Liars have paid the price. Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview received a bitter defeat at the 2021 Emmys. Meghan and Harry's Lies TV interview with Oprah loses out at the Emmy Awards on Sunday to Stanley Tucci's travel and food show. Winfrey and her team were nominated for an Emmy but were beaten by actor Stanley Tucci's food show. One member of the jury said, "It's hardly surprising the Oprah show didn't win. It was full of whining and complaining enough already. I don't call that entertainment. It's called sour grapes." This outcome is not unexpected in my view. The whole interview was suspect from the beginning because the entire planet saw the lies and smears thrown from Meghan's mouth. Horrific piece of hate speech. Oprah did not once ask any searching questions regarding the allegations. Harry and Meghan's differences in the timing of events were very telling. The old saying is still true. You can fool some of the people all of the time and fool all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Harry and Meghan, run along and stop bothering people. You are so over for everyone, and you've done it to yourselves. The most interesting thing about them is getting booed by A-listers at the National Television Awards. Articles about them consist of who they hired and their posts on a website. Really boring people. They try to lie and make themselves interesting. First, Ofcom vindicates peers, and now the Emmy goes to a food show rather than the Harry and Markle debacle. Maybe if we're lucky, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will just stop talking now. That's all we ask at this point. Just stop talking. No, we're not going to ask if you're okay. You're living a privileged existence. Stop whining already. Thank you to whoever is responsible for the Emmy not going to this poor excuse for an interview. It should never have gotten a nomination in the first place. Besides that, congratulations to Stanley Tucci. I watched his 6 shows on Italy and it was delightful. I'm hoping he's returning and traveling more in Italy. Love it. Also, congratulations to one of the sexiest bald men in the world. Behind, of course, Prince William, who also deserves that honor. A lot of people also gloated upon hearing the news. One person tweeted, "The Windfest Oprah interview should never have been nominated. 17 serious and potentially harmful statements proved to be false." An interviewer who questioned nothing. Sadly, after more than 1.5 years and millions of dollars, the tripe is all the TV they've actually come up with. I think the Americans must have woken up to these two by now. Another retweeted, "First the Obama birthday snub, now this. Breaking news for the gruesome twosome. You are not popular. You will never be important. Harry's book won't sell. Netflix and Spotify will say goodbye soon. It's a train wreck. Even after marrying up and elevating her status, she still can't win any awards for her acting." But what about Oprah's rehearsed performances at the contrived interview? All her outcries of anger, surprise, and indignation definitely do deserve an Emmy. Guessing that they lost out because they were nominated in the nonfiction category and not fiction. That interview was more fake, rehearsed, and scripted than most sitcoms these days. Don't worry, I'm sure they're too busy frolicking with their chickens to let it get them down for too long. Boos last week, and know this, hopefully it will start to get through the professional victims that nobody is interested in them or their lies. As if that train wreck of an interview stood a chance at an award. Other than the worst performance by a Z-list cable actress, at least probing interview by past her prime journalist, and most useful idiot award by the former royal. I'm glad that Oprah and Harry and Meghan didn't win an award. Their self-importance is already over the top. Can you imagine if they would have won? It's about time they realize they're not as important as they think they are. A question that is at the core of not just the content of an interview, but what on earth was the intention and expected outcomes of such an irresponsibly edited and allowed to air globally debacle of an interview? I, nor 99% of all of us, have any idea what goes on behind the doors of the royal family's personal residences, homes, and palaces, their private family interactions, and all the regular family drama that occurs in all families. The official engagements and their patronages and charity work are all in public view, and lovely to have availability to access with our global internet. However, in incidences where there is a he said, she said, and who said what when to who, one can look at the overall past connections each person has with the truth, not talking about the one skit scene, but is sacrificed and committed to one's own integrity and sense of character and honor. The royal family knows exactly what a lifetime of service and dutiful honors mean, because they live in that reality and do it with dedication, as no personal gains for many decades. So if one is to look at the past of Meghan Markle, she basically fabricated her family and her climb to stardom. The ladder of the good people that helped her climb that ladder to fame and fortune as a minor TV series actress were tossed aside. She did not treat them well, except for Marcus Anderson of the Soho House of Celebrities and her party crowd. She lied about her involvement in the book Finding Freedom and lied that it was love almost at first sight, never having been interested in the royal family. Little annoying lies? Maybe insignificant to a bystander, but as the core to a person's commitment to live an honorable and truthful life, very telling. I was thinking as she was specifically recalling the abuses and mistreatments she endured, and thought to myself, does she really not realize that there were other people there? There are logged scheduling. There were staff and her and Harry's security details and personal protection staff that are not deaf, dumb, or blind. She was subjective and inferred the royal family was racist, and Oprah's propelling forward and Harry's deafening silence very damaging to the moral fabric of his family. Oprah and Meghan know that the royal family would not make or engage in a public catfight. Meghan's stories do not line up in content or documentation of actual events overall. For her 3+ years as a member of the original Fab Four, her descriptions of her new in-laws do not describe the people that they are and have been for decades. In law, a judge will look to easy little truths and lies presented during the discovery phase of a case. She claimed her victory in Part 1 of the privacy case, which only stated she had a reasonable right to privacy. But in the discovery phases, she was allowed to recant her falsehoods, and Meghan Markle says the Kensington Palace did not protect her. She's a liar. She lied on so many little minor lies that sooner or later they all catch up, and the redevelopment of a story to meet original intent takes on a completely different journey. Thus, the U.S. journey with an Archwell nonprofit, she and Harry control all those millions of donations. I believe back in 2017, at least Meghan Markle did not like that much in the UK as patrons of charities, as she actually had to work. Two very different ways to be rich and famous. She likes the more seductive red carpets and fake tiaras the stars have while in their prime. What a squandered opportunity. Personally, I see a very ambitious, angry, selfish woman that was not a big success in Hollywood, was a good partier and wanted to be rich and famous. She saw the royal family as her vehicle to live like a queen, be the spreader of millions of dollars and attend galas with everything completely paid for. One caveat, the royal family is held accountable to and works very hard when you join the working royals who represent Her Majesty the Queen. Why she turned her back on the royal family and took the prince and son away when they were needed most shows the world who she really is as a person. Not anyone I personally would want to have anywhere near my loved ones. No credibility does Meghan Markle demonstrate or ever has from her past behaviors. God bless, my opinions are only here.